Hey guys, what's poppin'? Roshi is here. This is going to be the deck tech for my Broti Mandrake list. This list is super fun. I had a lot of fun playing it. It still works. I've been playing it on ladder, and it's a blast. You could potentially play this deck without Broti, but Broti does give you some explosive hands where you can race, so it's super fun. The following will be the deck tech for that. The gameplay will be down in the link below. If you want to see me play these games live, hop on my Twitch. I stream Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 8 to 12, and sometimes on weekends too if I can make the schedule work for me. If you want to support me, please drop a subscribe. I'm trying to boost my subscribers, and I see a lot of you guys watch my videos and don't subscribe, so if you could do that for me, it would be very helpful in helping me grow my channel and show my content to more people. Enjoy. Hey guys, what's up? Roshi is here. Today we're taking a look at another pile of spice. We've got Broti hanging out here. We've got Marius Mandrake hanging out, and it's in the same deck. It doesn't get better than this. And to make it better, we have a very positive win rate on ladder with this now. Full disclosure, I only played like 8 or 9 games with it, but we won most of those games. We lost like twice. And that's not bad at all. So the games are hilarious. I did make some tweaks to the deck that I think makes it even better after I had played a good majority of the games. So you'll see some of the cards are a little different, but I think they're for the better. And the goal is to have the deck be in the best possible place. So before I give it to you guys, so here's the list. Broti, 1 power 0/3, Broti Bastion's Hope. Units can attack even if their attack is 0 or less. This ability doesn't really mean much for us, but when Broti attacks, each of your units deals battle damage equal to its health this turn. So we're playing a lot of dudes that would otherwise just be kind of mediocre. And in our deck, this is a 1 power 4/4 that on offense. 2 power 4/4. Rolant is a 4 power 5/5. Diana draws us a card and is a 4 power 4/4 with flying. I'd say that's pretty solid. And yeah, so these are the main things we're abusing with Broti. We also have a Praxis Arcanum in the market. So you can use this to give one of your units +4 health, and then it'll hit even hardy with Broti. Bonus points if you just give this to Broti. Also, amusingly enough, if we use Peril Abbey Smuggler to get said Praxis Arcanum, and like the smuggler doesn't just die, it's gonna get buffed 3 or 4 times by this Arcanum, and potentially we'll use our refresh on it, and that'll just get this guy to the point where he's just never gonna die. And then when we're chaining our Silexes and petitions and stuff, it's pretty hilarious. He gets out of hand, and I think I've won quite a few games just beating my opponent down with Smuggler. It was not my intention, but it just kind of worked out that way, and it is what it is. Veteran Strategist is pay 2, fix some influence. We've got a lot of annoying to cast things. We've got Silexes that we'd like to have come and give us treasures, and this will help enable that. Domra, Ambush. You can think of this of like a bad Torch or a bad Seer that sometimes has upside. Occasionally we'll be using this to ultimate and take stuff from their market, but often this is just going to come down and just trade with something. It really depends on the matchup, but it's such a versatile card, being that it's pretty decent against everyone. Just watch out for Aegises and stuff. We're really light on ways to pop Aegis, so Domra can help us pop Aegis if we need to like kill one of their relics or something, or we can use it to grab like a win con out of their market, which is clutch. Marius Mandrake, you'll see that we have a lot of ultimate cards, and this is kind of why. I got here, like, the steps I took to get to Marius Mandrake, believe it or not, I didn't start with this in the deck. I wanted to play Broti with Diana and Rolant, and then I realized that Diana's ultimate is an ultimate, which means, oh, I wonder if I could just play Marius Mandrake. And then I was like, okay, yeah, we can play Mandrake, why not? And I was like, hey, wait a second, Veteran Strategist slots right in. And I'm like, wow, look at all this synergy, it was meant to be. So that's kind of how we got here. we're not super all in on ultimates. We've got 12 guys that ultimate, and then if you're a boss and get your Talir to ultimate, like, that's cool. But I guess we've got technically 13 ultimates in the deck, but it's not that big of a deal. Broti Mandrake is a 2-power 4/4 for us, and being an 0/4 means it blocks a lot of stuff pretty well, so he'll hold the fort down, and if he replaces himself with a card, that's fine. He's done his job. Talked about Smuggler, but for our market, we have Bubble Shield, From Below, Arcanum, Shenra Speaks, and Tuvon. I originally had Grodov's Burden and Restrained Action in here, but everyone is playing Relicate in their main deck, in their market, usually in both, and I decided to just cut all the relics and just get around that because it was annoying spending 6 power on Restrained Action and having it die. So I just added Bubble Shield. I figured giving Rolant Bubble Shield is a pretty decent way to win. You could potentially use Silverblade Intrusion instead of Bubble Shield, but I like how this is probably going to guarantee our Rolant lives. But if you'd prefer Silverblade Intrusion to maybe stop killers better and stuff like that, go for it. And I mean, both will stop sling triggers, so that's pretty sweet. From Below, 1 power kill sling. I mean, or shrine or whatever, but 1 power kill a relic is pretty solid. It'll also buff our Smuggler, which is pretty sweet. Shenra Speaks is our Oops, We're Losing the Board card. If your opponent just dumps their whole hand and then you Shenra Speaks, that's a good way to win a game. They won't always expect it out of us either, since we are having some of these aggressive, weird, like, we've got so much weird stuff going on, they just might opt out of playing Shenra Speaks. Or, like, you know, we've got all these walls, so they might extend into our walls to try and kill us, and then, like, Shenra Speaks will just clutch out the game. And then Tuvon, I just wanted something that's, like, big and top-endy that draws us cards to help us, you know, we have a decent amount of power and a lot of ways to ramp and, like, just churn through our deck and, like, slam lands and power into play. So this is kind of my replacement for not playing Restrained Action or Grodov's Burden. We can slam Tuvon, maybe block, and then untap, and then draw some cards with it. And that's just having that 2 for 1 or 3 for 1 in the mid game or late game can be all it takes for us to push ahead, because a lot of our cards are pretty good on their own. So if we can get some action in our hand, that can keep the game going for us. I skipped over... Oh, Diana also gains us 2 life and gains 2 armor, which is sweet. And we can theoretically ultimate her on 6, although that never really happened. But I did ultimate her a few times, or I was about to ultimate her, and then our opponents conceded. So that was pretty fun. Rolant is a house. He's the army in a can. He's the man with the plan. I'm a big fan. But we're playing a decent amount of removal, so you'll play him, play some removal, kill their stuff, and win the game. Pretty sweet. From Beyond is basically Maeve in our deck, although we don't mind playing it as From Beyond either. And this will give us some late game gas, while early on protecting us from removal or whatever's annoying. And yeah, not a lot to say about Maeve. We are playing quite a few 1-drops, so if you play Maeve and then play one of your 1-drops like later on, that can be a good way to get back into the game. Just Desserts is one of the best removal spells right now. If someone plays a sling, like a minion with Sling, and they're doing like 6 damage to like half of your board because they have 3 slings in play, you can just play Just Desserts and just kill their creature, and all of their sling triggers just go into the creature, which is hilarious. And if that creature has Overwhelm, you might just kill them with it, which is funny. Petition, this card carries a lot of weight. In our deck, we need 2 time, we need 2 shadow, we need 4 justice, and we want it all pretty early. Like, Enter the Monastery, we want 2 justice, 2 time, and Petition will help us get there. And and later on, it can grab a Silex. If you've got Pearl Abbey Smuggler into play, and you play Petition into Silex, into Treasure, that's a 4/3 Smuggler, which is great. then any removal spell from there, and it's a 5/4. Pretty sweet. Ascendant Agent is the new removal spell. This card is absolutely insane. It's Annihilate, but it still hits Prism Golems, it hits World Pyres, it hits Sites. I think maybe you guys are wondering why I haven't been playing World Pyre at all since the next set dropped. It's because Sling is such a boogeyman that trying to like force World Pyre into a meta that's just main decking Relicate like isn't great. Speaking of main decking Relicate, we're playing 4 Display of Vision. Kill an attachment on an enemy, it can also ramp us, and against go-wide strategies like Shrine decks, we might not actually have game against them, but thanks to Display of Vision, we can just wipe their whole board and shut down some of their token making, and that might buy us enough time to get a kill. It's also hilarious against Sky Kragro or like Mono Fire at times. Enter the Monastery. We were playing more. I decided to go up to 4 main deck Display of Visions. Previously, I just wasn't playing any, and that was a complete mistake. We rectified that, though, so these are our main ways to like ramp and get power, and pretty sweet. I also added Know Thy Enemy. It seems like a good payoff in our deck. I did not get a chance to cast it yet, but in our deck, sometimes we'll be sitting there with like 1 billion power, so if we play a Know Thy Enemy and amplify it a whole bunch of times, that can be a good way to set up like a Mandrake combo. Every single unit in our deck is 5 or less, except for Maeve, so I'm totally on board with just like ripping Dianas and Rolants into play, or like grabbing our market, or whatever. I mean, it's sweet. So I like this card. I can't wait to see how it does for me. I wish I had included it earlier. I'll probably do some more testing with it offline, and that'll be sweet. But this is the deck. We did pretty well with it. Just pounded out the rest of my wins, and I had fun with it. I'll probably be playing this deck a lot because I love Sumerious Mandrake decks, and it's pretty cool to be playing it in a Kerendon shell. So thanks for watching. Thank you for watching. This is Roshi. We're going to have more decks to come. If you want to see the gameplay, the link will be down below and probably off to the side. And if you want to see these decks before I post them on YouTube, I don't always get around to it right away. Hop in the Discord. I've got plenty of decks on there. You could also follow me on Eternal Warcry, and that could be a good way to do it. I'll release them there once the video is ready to go live. But if you want to see it first, hop on Twitch, hop in the Discord. Those are the places where I'm posting my lists before they come to you here on YouTube. If you could subscribe to me, it would be very helpful. I'm trying to grow my channel, and I know a lot of you guys watch and don't subscribe. I can see the numbers, and it would be helpful if I could start getting those boosted up so that I can continue to grow my channel and continue on from there. So enjoy, and thank you for watching.